Okay, so this right here is my Dell Optiplex 745, and as you can probably guess by the loud sounds it's making, it's been neglected for it's been neglected for a while. Ever since I built my 2950X Threadripper machine, I haven't really been using this as a main computer anymore. In fact, it's more relegated to be sitting at my mom's house where I make stickers and stuff, but since I've been spending a little bit more time here lately, I kinda wanna do some work on it. And yes, I have been running it without a side panel for a while, just so I can get some better cooling. And I think the graphics card is what's making all that noise right here. This actually is not as bad as it normally is. Usually when it's running, it's nearly deafening on startup. And same thing with this rear 80mm fan as well. But that's besides the point. What's quite interesting is I actually used this computer for a few years before I built my 2050 rig, and it's actually served me pretty well. I've edited most of the videos on this channel with this computer, and it's pretty impressive. So it has a bit of a soft spot in my heart. Now, it's currently running an Intel Duo or Core 2 Duo E6400. To be honest, it's old, it's beat up, and it's not that powerful, but it does manage to get the job done. And a while ago, before I built my new rig, I was kind of thinking what upgrades can I do to get it up to its full potential. Now this computer is running 8 gigs of RAM, which is what this motherboard maxes out at, and it should be running one of the higher end chips that it can support as well on the LGA 775 socket. But one possible improvement, even though it's not officially supported, is a Core 2 Quad, which is what this is right here. Now this particular processor in this computer right now is a Core 2 Duo that runs at, I believe, what, 2.13 right there. So this would be a welcome upgrade to this computer. Now, I'm hoping that it makes a world of difference for this thing, especially because I don't really do much with it other than edit some light videos and make stickers now, but since I'm stuck at home, I want to get some projects done. So, and to be honest, I could probably use a new thermal paste even if it doesn't work. So I'm going to do some Cinebench testing, see where this computer is now, and then see where it is after. So right now, oh, actually just finished downloading. Perfect. So I'm going to install Cinebench, which is the main thing I'm interested in. I might do another benchmark as well. I'm going to run that, see how this computer ranks up in comparison to my other one, and hopefully there are some differences once I install this new processor. Well, new to me, but it's an upgrade, and it was a cheap upgrade. I believe I got 2 of these for like 20 bucks. So it's used obviously, but hey, if it works, it works. So here are the specs of this computer, and just again, it is an Intel Core 2 Duo 6400, dual core 2.13 gigahertz, and it has a NVIDIA GeForce 8400 GS graphics card, which is definitely not the most powerful setup. Later on, I would love to install maybe like an RX 470 mining card. I see them going pretty cheap online, and I'm thinking about it. I do also have a EVGA 450 watt power supply at home doing nothing. I can pop that in here, then do a RX 470 upgrade and see what it does. I do like keeping these old computers around because honestly, even though they're old, they are still pretty capable in the modern world. Most computers are just now moving on to the 16 gigs of RAM category, and even with only 8 gigs, it can handle decent games, which isn't really what I'm using it for. But even when it comes to rendering video, if you want to do a solid 10 to 20 minute long video, it can hold its own for a while. Granted, I'm not exactly editing at 4K on this thing, I'm barely cracking 1080, but it does a good job. I'm gonna let this run and see where this computer times out. I think it's gonna take a while. Okay, so the render is done and it's sitting at 187 points. Oh god. Okay, that's not great. That's not great, but there is room for improvement. You can see right here, it's at the very bottom, below an Intel Core. Wow, okay, yeah, 187 points. Let's see if we can do better than that. So I'm gonna shut the computer down, pull it apart, and pop in that Core 2 Quad. Took a while to complete that render too, like quite a while. To start off this little teardown, I'm gonna start by pulling out the hard drive. There's that Seagate FireCuda 2TB right there. Then pull out this ribbon cable. And then you see the 2 screws right there and right there. So once I pull those screws out, the whole thing should flip right back. So earlier when I said that this PC was kind of neglected, I wasn't really kidding. You can see it's been a while since it had a good cleaning. And I gotta find some canned air to clean this out because this is bad. It almost looks like just mud. Kind of blown away. CPU cooler is still warm. Okay. So I couldn't find any canned air, but I did happen to have another one of the exact same CPU coolers that I cleaned a while ago sitting around. So there's the one that came out, there's the one that's going in. Just gonna clean off this thermal paste, pop out this little CPU right here, just like so. Raise that one up. You see the little triangles in the bottom right corner with the little flat piece. Pull that one out. Oh yeah, the CPU has dust on it. Okay, there's the old one. You can see there's a fair bit of a difference between the Core 2 Quad and the Core 2 Duo. Let's pop it in there. Okay, now here goes in the super powerful Core 2 Quad. So much power. Let's see. Just like that. Okay, so I cleaned the plate and the CPU as best as I could. Now I'm going to put some thermal paste on the thing, and hopefully not too much. I'm going to just put a pea-sized amount, but peas are varying sizes, right? So okay, so moment of truth. Let's see if it powers on and posts. Yep, that fan definitely needs to be replaced. Oh, turned on. And we're running. That was way smoother than I expected, and the computer is definitely faster. Wow. Maybe that made an even bigger difference than I thought. I'm gonna open up CPU-Z and see what everything says. Oh yeah, this is way snappier. No doubt about that. Okay, there it is. Intel 2 Quad Q6700 running at 2.66 gigahertz with a Core 2 Quad. That was actually quite easy. I had heard some stories that it might not work and all kinds of stuff. Now let's start up Cinebench and see how it goes. So there's definitely a marketable improvement. It's at 211 now. It was at 187 earlier. I'd say definitely a worthwhile upgrade. I really want to pop in a bigger power supply and stick in a RX 480 or 470, some old mining card, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, if you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more stuff like this, hit subscribe, and do whatever else you do on the internet. Stay safe, don't go outside, all that stuff. I'd like to just point out, I'm not on the bottom anymore. There's the old score and there's a new score.